Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Sunny and today's reading is going to be a career reading. I think I said that together. So what's in store for you career wise? What's coming up for you? So I'm gonna go ahead and channel those energies on this reading, and we have 3 piles. For pile number 1 left, middle is the second pile number 3 on the right. So stop the video if you feel like you need more time. Otherwise, I'll see you at your pile selection. So I will start with pile number 1 already. So pile number 1. Okay, so pile number 1, we have the Temperance card upright, Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Hangman reversed. So what career, not career, but like what's coming up in your career field for you, pile number 1, is I think you're like getting yourself into a new beginning of a new cycle where you're trying to start your feet wet, or that sounds terrible. Let me rephrase that. You're starting to dip your feet in the water, new waters, where you're trying to find something that's sticking. Maybe you started a new job or a new, not like a side gig, but maybe something that's on the side, aside from your usual. Maybe you are starting to get interested in something to start on. This could be some of the topics that you could be, like, not topics, but thoughts that could be in your field. Regarding your career field, I feel that you're starting to get the hang of something, a skill set that you're learning. I feel that's what you're getting the hang of it. With the Temperance card upright, it's basically finding, it's almost like the Justice card where you're trying to find some balance, but it's more so that you already, not that you have something, you have 2 or more different energies, let's say, whether it's your material wealth and your spiritual knowledge, and you're trying to combine that, for example, and you're trying to come up with a way where, how can I use one field of expertise with the other and combine them to make something new? Or you could be possibly also maybe studying something, maybe like you've learned through your schooling, or maybe you've learned through your job already that you could have, and you've learned a lot through here, but if you feel that you've learned enough and you can realign that and focus that into something new and fresher and more ideal for your situation. I feel that you're learning to find the proper purpose for yourself and for what you're asking of yourself at this moment. The Temperance card also states that you're definitely trying to fill your own cup and fill one cup, pass it to the other. Like, I feel it's almost like, for some reason I keep thinking of a magic trick. Like, you're trying to come up with like a little cute magic trick, to show people and like, look what I can do. That's what's coming up with the Temperance card. You're definitely testing the waters and seeing what's calling to people. Like, you have a lot of interesting skills, I feel, pile 1, but I feel that you are trying to narrow that down a bit more. Like, maybe, like, example, like maybe you could know how to do like woodworking stuff, right? And you're trying to see what particular items are selling, what things are needed, that people are asking. Maybe like, I don't know, like you buy furniture, maybe, for example, and you try to fix it up and you try to sell it, like fix it up or stuff. Or you're trying to see if, I don't know, like tables and chairs are selling because you're working on them and you're starting to show people. But you also want to see like maybe like if you make a little music box, or like a little like a mini I forgot what it's called, but it's where it's like a little mini, think of it like a mini table, but where you could put like magazines and like, or a coffee cup. I think it's called a coffee table. I'm gonna feel so stupid if it's called a coffee table because I just had it on the tip of my tongue. But yes, I definitely feel that's what's could be like you could have the skill set, but you're trying to really narrow down what's this like how could it be more intriguing for people to for them to purchase what you're trying to create and sell, right? Is what I'm thinking, because you also have on the second card you have the Page of Pentacles. Even though it's reversed, it's definitely trying to become like an income source per se. Like you're trying to show it off. Why did I sound like I sounded so like I'm trying to make a British voice? You're trying to show it off to the world and to the people. It's like, look, I made this majestic masterpiece. Come look at it. Even though it's like internal energy, you're kind of like realigning that and like focusing like your skill, perfecting the skill. That's the word. I definitely feel that you're trying to, aside from perfecting the skill, I definitely feel that it makes you happy. It makes you feel stable internally to start new and start something that you already dipped your toes in, and you have an idea of how to work with these things, these skill sets that you have, but you're trying to really like push yourself out there, because it's not really, I feel like it's not really your comfort zone, pile number one, to be like show offy or like, look guys, look, like I'm creative, or you could have these skills that people know of, but you're not really pushy. I feel you're not a really pushy person, especially with like 2 reverse cards in 3 of the cards. And I feel that you're learning to kind of figure out people. I feel you're trying to learn how to advertise to people in your own way, and you feel comfortable doing it. You know what I'm trying to say? So I definitely feel that it might take a while, but not quite long as you think. It's just you picking up the pace. As soon as you find the right pace for yourself, because I already feel that you're already picking it up, or you're starting to, it'll take off, and people might not really think that you're kind of a new person. Like people might not think that you're new at doing this sort of stuff. Like they feel like you're a professional, I feel, once you start doing, like, I guess, the advertising for your skill sets. I feel this is what it is for your career. And with the Hangman reversed, I feel like I definitely feel with the Hangman and the Page reversed, I feel that you are no longer like an apprentice. I feel you're not internal. I feel like you're not second guessing yourself. I feel like you're ready to end the cycle. I really feel that you're already starting to want to show it off to people. You're just trying to find the right words, the right communication to show off to people and show them a trick. I feel like you're trying to show them a magic trick. You could even be a magician. Or maybe you could have like not alchemist. Maybe it could be like, but I'll say it's like alchemy, chemistry. I feel that it's if you're into like also witchy stuff. I mean, I suppose you are into esoteric style things, not like occult stuff, because you're watching tarot. But I definitely feel you're trying to show off to people, like, look what I can do. That's the energy I'm feeling. And the Hangman reverse is also just pointing at the fact that you're no longer going to be in this energy anymore. You're already you're not being, it's not indecisive per se, but you're not really second guessing yourself into doing these things, and You're not resisting the change. You're embracing the change, I feel, with your career. This is the career that you're trying to go into. It's a creative field, I feel, for the most part, that you're into, and people can see that. Maybe it's graphic design also. I don't know why I think of graphic design. But, or like art museum, like an art museum of sorts. What are art curators? Stuff like that. So, yeah, I really hope that you like this pile number 1. If it resonated, great. Take what did, and leave what didn't, because maybe that message could be for somebody else. Or pick a different pile if you feel like you need an extra message that you feel you were attracted to. Otherwise, I'll see you in a different video, and that's it. So, have a good day, pile 1. Make it a good day because you did it. You did it. You made it a good day on your own, with your own efforts, not because I told you to. So, thank you, pile 1, and I'll start with pile 2. Pile number 2, we have the Tower reversed. Okay, sorry. We have the Tower reversed. We have 10 of Wands upright and 6 of Cups reversed. So, I keep wanting to say pile number 1. Why? Maybe you guys came from pile 1. Pile number 2. I definitely career. Sorry. I definitely think that you already. I feel like you might have avoided like a job. Like, it's not that you were avoiding change per se, but you were avoiding like drastic, like chaotic change. The change is not something visible, though. The change might have been internal. Maybe you might have felt like you were about to go into like a lot of heavy energy and a lot of stress, and I feel that you definitely avoided that because maybe you just did minor changes rather than a big change, and it really made the difference. It really made the difference in how you rerouted your path. You didn't have to force yourself too much for this change, but it was going to be an internal change from you. Maybe it could have been a mindset for this pile. But yeah, I definitely feel that you didn't avoid this change, or you're not going to avoid this. You're not going to, but it's such a subtle change, and it's internal, and or you did such small decisions to avoid a big a big disaster, I guess. But yeah, you can see like the tower, you can see the people falling off the tower, and you're not really doing that. It feels more like they're going back into the tower. But I guess that's what the tower is about. It's about jumping in, going out, going in, going out. Endings, beginnings, endings, beginnings. So that could be your energy field for that pile number 2. With the 10 of Wands upright, I feel like I know it kind of sounds contradicting because it sounds like it's heavy energy, but I definitely feel you're pushing a lot through. I guess because you're pushing yourself a lot, you could avoid a bigger issue at hand. You're being responsible with the 6 of Cups too. You're being mature. What kind of things do you feel that you have to be responsible, pile number 2, and mature in order to avoid a chaotic change? I wonder if you're like super not super important, because I think everyone's important, but I feel that for this pile you could have a higher up position in your career, or you're going to get a higher up position in your career. And in order for you to maintain this, I feel that you could pick up a lot of slack. Pick up everybody else's slack, I feel. And it's troublesome, but it'll be worth it in the end. I don't know why that doesn't seem so fun, but maybe it is fun for you. Being responsible is nice for some people. being stable is nice, but not that I'm trying to say that you're boring, but I thought about this reading going a little bit different. I thought it was going to give me a little bit more like career options, but I guess this is just telling me your energy is being like, you're in a good direction, I feel. But yeah, 10 of Wands is just having a lot of responsibilities. Like, the guy is picking up, he could be picking one or two up, maybe three, but he's literally pushing. I didn't mean to say that sounded like. I meant to say pushing. The guy's literally pushing 10 wands with all his might against, not the wall, but it could be against all odds, and it's just a lot of work. It's hard work. It's time consuming. I feel that it takes a lot from you and it drains you, but I also feel that you're responsible, and that's why I feel that you're a higher up position. I feel like you're like a manager. I feel that you could be like a team leader or something. Like, I feel that supervisor, you oversee things, but I definitely feel you pick up other people's slack because they don't do that good of a job. To be honest, there's always somebody. This isn't me saying that I ever do a bad job, but I sometimes feel that there's always one person in your work field or even like a friend group, I think, that picks up a lot of slack. They're super responsible, super diligent with all their work because they like that. They like having that, not the burdens, but they like feeling like people rely on them. And I feel that pile number 2, people really like to be relied on, and people just maybe take it for granted, but you still enjoy that responsibility of being relied on, being very mature, being very grounded, even though I know it's not super big earth energy, but I still feel like you have a lot of earth energy in this pile. But some people like that. I keep thinking of, there's this meme, I'm sure you might have seen it, where I think there's a couple of friends are traveling on the airport, and there's this one friend who basically keeps track of the passports and the times the airplanes take off, and he's basically like, I guess, managing everyone's schedules, being responsible and punctual. I feel that that's who you are. But sometimes that's needed. I don't feel like I'm this person at all. I wish I was, but I'm not. Truthfully, I'm not. I am responsible, just not super. It's not in my nature to be so constructive. Not saying that I'm destructive, and just that's a lot of extra work. I feel like you pick up a lot of extra work. But this is beneficial for you, and I feel like you enjoy it. And I also feel that it's necessary in your work field, I feel. Whatever it may be, I feel like you work a lot with your hands. For some, I don't know why, I suddenly started thinking of like dental, medical, surgical fields. The reason I say this is because they're working with their hands, and I suddenly started feeling like you're the person you picked a difficult route, I feel, of like career fields, something that's very, maybe like construction also. I know it's like completely opposite ends, but I'm thinking of possible career options you could have with these cards. I feel that you are also, I think maybe it requires a lot of training and discipline to have this career option that you have, or that you're working in. Yeah, a lot of discipline, because the Six of Cups is reversed, and this is someone who's not as innocent, someone who's not childish. I feel it's someone who's not as playful, and this isn't saying that this is me describing your personality. This is me describing your work ethic. You are all business. You are someone that's diligent. You're not going to be effing around. And in your job, you're going to be working hard. And Yeah, I think you're pushing through and you're not really focusing on anything else. You're very in the present. So yeah, I think for pile number 2, a career, any career things, is just basically you being super diligent, and you're avoiding, I guess, a big heavy upheaval because you're picking up a lot of slack. I'm hoping this is a good message, because I think it's a good message, even though it's just a lot of work on your part. But it definitely is a good message, pile number 2. So if this resonated, I'm very happy it did. Take what did, leave what didn't. Pick another pile you feel you were called to. There's probably a message in there for you. And I'll see you in a different reading, pile number 2. I really hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, and comment, share if it really helps me out, because I put a lot of effort into my readings. And I'll see you soon. So, pile number 3. Gosh, I wanted to make this a short one, but I didn't realize I was making it a longer video. I'm trying to do like shorter. I think lately I've been doing longer videos, and I should stop, because it gets like, I don't like to be too wordy. I don't like to be too repetitive, but here we are. Pile number 3, we have Ace of Cups reversed, King of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles upright. So, pile number 3. Regarding your career, I feel that there's a lot of internal energy for this pile. With the Ace of Cups reversed, you're really focusing on yourself. Maybe you're keeping emotions bottled in. I don't know if this particular job makes you happy, but it's definitely stable in some aspects. Maybe not all aspects. Oh, I should have gotten these closer. But I definitely feel for this pile, you're not following your heart. You're not following what your gut's telling you, your inner light, your inner soul, your emotions, your intuition. You're kind of just letting it hang inside, and you're not letting it flow outside. Because the Ace of Cups upright would be having the cup handed to you, or you handing out a cup with all of its lovely emotions and feelings and creativeness flowing out of the cup into the world for everybody to see, for everybody to love and admire and cherish. You're not doing that. So, if this is you, I feel that you should not repress yourself so much. Is your job draining you by any chance? I feel. Or it may be not necessarily be draining you, but it makes you feel possibly old because you're not really focusing you're not really like focusing on your inner child. You're not letting your inner child play and let it all out and be out and work with these fun creative energies and your emotions. It feels like it's a sterile environment that you're working on. Maybe it's every person has a different view of what's a sterile environment. But a sterile environment, I guess, in the short definition, without me putting my own judgment, is a kind of place you work at where you don't get to really interact with people. Your walls are not very well decorated. It's just kind of plain, solid colors, possibly. Maybe you're in a cubicle. Maybe you're answering phones. Maybe you're dealing with people on the phone. Maybe you're just doing customer service, for example. I keep thinking of this for some reason, but you're not really getting to have a certain joy out of it. That's a kind of sterile environment. Or it could be, I for myself think sterile environments are like hospital settings. Some people love it. Some people think it's amazing because it's such a giving job. It's such a selfless job. It's like teachers. You really are doing it for the compassion of your heart, not because of the money. The money is not, it's not really worth it because it still affects you a lot. your health is also money. So if it affects that, then you're still losing that insurance, you know? And I feel that these kinds of jobs, they take a lot of you. They take a lot from you. And that's what a sterile environment is. It's just you not being able to express yourself freely, creatively. Everything's kind of repressed. That's a sterile environment. That's maybe the environment you could be in, or you're getting out of yourself, but I definitely feel it's more like you're already in it. Yeah, or maybe you're trying to you're focusing a lot on yourself and you're repressing a lot, but I mean, it's good to have self-love and it's good to put that cup back into you, but I definitely, in a career setting, I feel like it's just not very creative. It's not really a very creative field you're working in. It's a very sterile environment, very cold. Could also be a very cold environment because the king and the queen are literally covered up in robes. So I feel like it could be like a cold temperature environment, or you live in a cold place, or it could be that you are working in a super cold building. I think we've all worked in those buildings. I mean, I think even schools, since I could remember, they were freezing cold. But of course they do it so that kids wake up. And also, like, buildings do that because they don't want you to go to sleep. They want you to stay awake. And they also help to keep the environment sterile. Again, I feel like it's also like a hospital setting you could be working in. There's so many different environments that are in a cold setting or like just sterile setting. But with the King of Cups reversed also, focusing on that card now, I feel that for some reason I feel like you could be in turmoil. Like, again, Ace of Cups and King of Cups just kind of complement each other. I just feel it's super sterile. I feel it makes you moody. It makes you like you're just keeping it in and you're not letting it out. And this is like, you have so much regalness in you because there's a king and a queen and there's an Ace of Cups. Like, why aren't you giving that out? Give yourself that position of power. You're not doing that. Give yourself that authority. You're repressing yourself a lot. You deserve more, and I feel that you can do so much more. And have a little bit, I know you're being compassionate towards yourself, and to some extent, but maybe just not enough. I don't feel that with the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups reversed, it's nearly enough compassion for yourself and inner healing. I know you're focusing on that, but I feel like there's other healthier ways to express that. And I feel that that's the healthiest ways to go about it is just by also sharing that with somebody else, getting a load off your chest, you know. You could be making yourself sick that way too. Not expressing yourself freely is also sickening to the body. This isn't medical advice, it's just, you know, an observation. But I definitely feel that you're keeping a lot to yourself, and I don't know if this is the proper career path for you, or just maybe there's better options in that work field that you're like, oh, I'm working here, but I definitely want that other position, but I'm not getting that. It's like I'm having to struggle getting that position, or that position's not available at this moment, and I have to kind of suck it up for a while and just do what I'm doing. But yeah, I definitely feel it's super sterile in here. For some reason, that's the career maybe this is showing me the kind of career you're already working in or you're going into, but I definitely feel it's already like a present time career field. It's very, maybe they could also have a lot of authority over you in here. It could not be fun. Maybe your boss is kind of a jerk and very controlling and likes to control everybody, and maybe they're manipulative and they repress you guys a lot emotionally and mentally, that you guys aren't really expressing yourselves in a healthy manner or like creatively the way you could. You guys have skill sets, I feel, that are just not being used to their highest potential. Queen of Pentacles, upright, it feels like you're practical. Yes, it's like a nourishing kind of card. It's a Queen of Pentacles. It's like stable, but maybe there could be a possibility that you could be taking care of somebody, and that's why you have to stick around in this job field. But yeah, maybe you're like a guardian, a parent. Maybe you have to take care of the family, a sick relative, or they have a lot of expenses as a child. Like I just feel like you're taking care of somebody and you're sticking around because it's like it's stable money, it's stable income, but it makes you feel a little dead. Like you want a different style of job. You want a more not a jollier job, because every job has its ups and downs, but I feel that this career that you're working on is just very sterile, very cold. I mean, having a Queen of Pentacles upright is always good, but maybe you want more nourishment. Maybe you're nourishing people, you care for people, maybe you're a caretaker. That is your role, maybe. A caretaker role. Again, I feel like it's like a medical field also. It just feels like you're very giving and selfless. But I also feel like it's just not the best option for you, but you do just deal with it. That's what's coming up. So I feel like you could be a provider of some sorts. Maybe you take care of elderly or the sick, or work in like ICU, or maybe you work in medical transcript. I always hear about those on like commercials, medical transcriptions, whatever, coding stuff. You get the gist. But yeah, very sterile buildings. But yeah, that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I got so solemn with this one. It's so strange. I always start off like not super peppy, but super energetic. And I didn't particularly slow down with this reading, but I definitely felt like I just turned solemn, like very serious as the reading progressed. Like, I have work to do. I have to get through it. So yeah, that's what's coming up with your career. I hope this was like eye-opening in some cases. Like maybe you could I do feel you could be like using some of that to like do some self-healing internally, but find another route also to like express yourself creatively also, and put your heart out and your emotions out, so that it's not overbearing on your soul, because it could be a lot mentally also. So that's the advice I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that it resonated. Take what did, leave what didn't. Pick a different pile if you feel like you were called up to do it. Otherwise, you can exit out. But please like, subscribe, comment, share. It really helps me out grow my channel. And thank you all for sticking by and listening, if you stayed around to listen to all 3 piles. And then you chose your pile for that. But yeah, I hope you have a good day, because you made it a good day, not because I told you to. And I'll see you in a different video, pile number 3. So bye.